Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so today we have Shloka 6.26 of Bhagavad-gītā. Chapter is Dhyana-yoga, the practice of mechanical Ashtanga yoga, mechanical practice of controlling the mind, and thus and again controlling the senses. We are controlling the mind and focusing concentration on the Supreme Lord, Paramatma situated in the heart. So this chapter is about that, and we are going to say read 6.26 chapter shloka 6.26. Yato yato nischalati manaschalam asthiram tatastato niyam yetad atmani eva vasham nayet. Translation: from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So from here, it looks like a struggle, a great struggle, wherein the nature of the mind is described and mind wandering off, and the somebody trying to control it, withdraw it by bringing it back um, under control of the self. A lot of detail. Says a lot about the nature of the mind. Okay, so here Srila Prabhupada explains that now in this particular chapter, this Dhyana Yoga, this Ashtanga Yoga chapter, now the practice of yoga is that mind is always disturbed. That is the state of the mind. It will be always in a disturbed state, right? And what we need to do is bring it back under the control. It is going sometimes in this way and sometimes in that way. That is, it is dwelling in one thought. You're working on something, you're dwelling in thinking about that, and all of a sudden it takes you into another thought, and that is the nature of the mind. And the function of the mind is thinking, feeling, and willing. That's what it does. So what we have to do is we have to drag the mind only to Krishna consciousness, and that is the real yoga practice. And that is the highest yoga practice system. You Krishna consciousness, and in that you are able to bring the mind back to Krishna consciousness, and that is the real yoga practice. So mind is going from thoughts in Krishna consciousness to maybe so many other things, and whatever activities we are doing in material life, could be daily life. So it will dwell on those things, and it will take us into those activities or thoughts we have done or we want to do, and it will take us there. That is the nature of the mind. um, so this is because we are in the state of duality. We have this material body, we are material conscious, and we want to practice spirituality, we want to attain our spiritual consciousness, the real state, or our whatever our constitutional position of the soul is, and that is we are eternally servant of the Lord, and to be engaged in the service of the Lord. In that will be perfection, but because of this material body, because of material consciousness, because of our engagement in material life daily, we tend to forget that we are not the body, we are the soul, and because of that we mind takes us into material consciousness. That is why it is duality. This is because that has been our practice since time immemorial, right? This is not our first birth. We have lived so many lives. Uh, if 8.4 million species, and we have now taken human life, could be we have taken many human births, and in this we happen to have a chance to practice Krishna consciousness, and inquire, and have one daily darshan, visit temple, or at least have online discussions and all those things. maybe we did something in our past life, maybe little bit, and we have again got an opportunity. So in order to achieve success in this life, um, we should inquire more and practice more and more Krishna consciousness till we achieve perfection. So we have so many lives we have lived, and we have performed in this life also so many material activities, and still we are doing so many material activities. So those things have an impression, they have an effect on us, right? So that is why. So now we have taken this new life, in this present life we are inquiring. So in the beginning there will be so many difficulties, but those difficulties can be overcome. That is part of the process of yoga. So here in this shloka, it suggests yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam astiram, because mind is very much agitating, chanchalam and asthiram, not fixed up. Therefore, it goes from one kind of thought to another kind of thought, and it dwells on the other thought, even though we don't want to think about those thoughts. It has an effect, even though we want to practice Krishna consciousness, but still it takes us to other thoughts. So example Srila Prabhupada gives is, we all must have experienced that you're involved in some kind of work activity, and maybe in wherever we are in daily life, whatever routine we have, and all of a sudden you remember something or some other incident from our past, maybe 40 years back, 30 years back, 20 years back, 10 years back, or any time in the past, and we are thinking of certain thing, and all of a sudden it takes mind takes us into that thought. So it's like we have no control over that. So although there is no cause for this to happen, but it comes, that other thought comes, it takes us. Shripapat gives this as an example. It happens with everyone. So a subconscious state of mind is there, and that is why we are getting into that, like that, you know, from one thought to another. We don't want to, but there is a subconscious state, and it takes us there, and we dwell on those, on that thought, sometimes not even bothered that this change has happened. So that means the mind is always being agitated, and due to the agitation of the mind, the things which are stored in the subconscious state, they come out, the other thoughts. And plus prarabdha karma, that is that karma which we are destined to experience because of our sins or piety we have committed in our past life. uh, so both, it results of both good deed and bad deed. The reaction of that we activity we performed in the past, we are scheduled to receive the reaction of that karma or activity in our present life. That is prarabdha karma, which is um, that also has an effect. Plus three modes of material nature, satogun, rajogun, tamogun, and the force of prarabdha karma, it takes us into that direction, that thought, that has an effect. So Prabhupada gives another example, just like in a lake or pond, if the water is still, but if somebody throws a stone in that
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, have we lost you? Hare Krishna?
Yeah,
Yes, I too
maybe
am
some
not able
network
to hear
issue.
anything.
We'll wait for Prabhu to rejoin.
Yes, Prabhuji. I thought it was some mistake at my end. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा दोस्तों, आज मैं आपको एक अद्भुत और दिल को छूने वाला अनुभव बताऊंगा।
Hare Krishna, Amarendra Prabhu, are you able to hear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Hare Krishna, everyone. Sorry, I got disconnected. Um, Thank you, Prabhu. Give me
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I think again it is struck.
So, Prabhupada,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Again we lost you.
yeah. Let's see, Prabhu. We'll try one more time. And
Yeah, now it is fine.
yeah. Okay. So Prabhupada says that there are so many rules and regulations to practice. If you follow these rules and regulations, then this agitated mind will gradually be under your control. And so these rules and regulations are must. So rules and regulations are like prescriptions, which says the do's and don'ts. Like you instruct a small child, don't touch your mouth, don't touch your fingers with muddy mouth, like that. Don't do this, don't do that. So there are so many do's and don'ts, and those we have to follow all those rules and regulations, those instructions, and following that regularly, the mind will be under one's control. So these rules and regulations are coming from scriptures, and what our gurus and uh, entire parampara has been practicing, and they pass this down, these instructions. And we have so many such instructions, especially when we take initiation. There's so many things we are told to follow as part of that. Some are very implicit, some are very explicit. We understand these are must. So this is the process, and this is the yoga system. So suppose you are trying to concentrate your mind on Krishna, and your mind is diverted, going to some other thought, going to some other activity, for example, cinema or movie or things like that. So we should be able to withdraw our mind from that object of sense gratification. It's like literally telling, not there, please engage in this activity, not in that activity. So we need to check in that way. So this is a practice of yoga, not to allow the mind to go astray, go away from Krishna. And if we simply practice this do's and don't, and don't allow the mind to go away from Krishna, um, and because we cannot fix up our mind sitting in one place in Krishna, so that requires very high training. So this Prabhupada says this because as part of this mechanical process of Ashtanga yoga, this Dhyana-yoga process, we are expected to sit in one place, focus, uh, see on the tip of the nose, and concentrate our mind in the heart, on the Paramatma, like that. So all that is very difficult, sitting in one place like that. So it requires a very high training. That's what Prabhupada says. To sit down in a place and always fix up the mind in Krishna, that is not an easy job. But one who is not practiced into that, if he simply tries to meditate, then he will be confused. Maybe a newcomer or somebody who has no association, or doesn't have a guru or no instructions, or hasn't heard the scriptures or anything. So all those, then it becomes very difficult. So everything must be dovetailed in Krishna. Our usual activities should be molded in such a way that we are doing everything for Krishna. Then our mind will be fixed up in Krishna. So especially one activity, to sit in one place and think of Krishna, it will be difficult. Like Prabhupada says, you have to be very advanced. But Prabhupada says that if you have to sit down in such a way, straight, and you concentrate your eyesight on the tip of the nose in a secluded, sacred place, that is difficult. And where are those chances? Where are such possibilities to do? And at the present moment, there is so much disturbance, chaos, and so much pollution, noise pollution, so many disturbances. Where do you get that calm, peaceful, clean environment? So therefore, this is the only method, that you chant loudly and hear Hare Krishna. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, came to give in this Kali Yuga. So if our mind is in other things, it will be forced to concentrate on the sound vibration, Krishna, and slowly it will be absorbed in the activity. So you haven't got to withdraw your mind from other. Automatically it will be withdrawn because the sound vibration is here. This name Hare Krishna, this mantra is there. So just like if you are doing some activity and all of a sudden there's a loud noise of motor car or some other sound, it takes your attention, it is diverted. Similarly, if we are in similarly if we chant Hare Krishna, automatically our mind will be fixed up. Otherwise it's accustomed to fix up the mind in so many other things. So slowly there will be taste and you will see the benefits. So yoga practice means to withdraw the mind again and again fix it up in Krishna. So this vibration of chanting automatically, this mantra Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, this vibration of chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this Hari Nama, automatically helps us in that yoga practice. His Grace Sri Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, he gives another example of Srila Haridas Thakura Maharaj Namacharya. There is an incident that when a prostitute is actually sent to test Srila Haridas Thakura, and she would go to him to agitate his mind, and at the mid of the night, and he would just tell her later, and he would do that again and again. In the Krishna consciousness, he had no intention of enjoying that person. He was just postponing, he was just saying later and later, because when he was chanting, when he was practicing Krishna consciousness, this other person, this lady who was coming to test Srila Haridas Thakur Maharaj, the Namacharya, his intention was to simply purify her. And when she will be purified, she will also become a devotee. So Prabhupada gives an example as part of the this particular shloka. He gives that there is a Goswami and there is a Godasa. So Goswami is one who senses are engaged in, he has controlled his senses, he has engaged them in Krishna consciousness, and he is very happy, and his senses are now transcendental, and he's tasting this transcendental happiness. Because these senses are engaged in the service of Rishikesha, the supreme owner of the senses, that is Lord Shri Krishna. Serving Krishna with purified senses is actually called Krishna consciousness. Now the other person is Godasa, who is whose mind is not controlled, whose senses are not controlled, and they just run hither and thither in sense gratification, material sense gratification. So that person is slave of the senses. He is a Godasa, servant of the senses. And that is the way of bringing the senses under full control. Because, and what more can be said? Prabhupada says that that is the highest perfection of yoga practice, is Krishna consciousness. Controlling the mind and purifying the senses, controlling the mind, engaging it in Krishna consciousness, and whatever activities we do in life needs to be molded in such a way that we experience that we are doing it actually for Krishna, and then it's Krishna consciousness. So that is the way, and this is the yoga practice Srila Prabhupada recommends, and our acharyas in all the acharyas suggest the same thing. In our Guru Parampara, Guru Maharaj says the same thing. So this is a way to achieving perfection in yoga, this Krishna consciousness. So thank you everyone. Thank you all Prabhuji's, Mataji's. Thanks for joining, and sorry for the this disturbance caused due to disconnection. So thank you, Anandrupa Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank
A
you,
gentle
Prabhu.
reminder, Prabhuji, we had stopped at When you hit when the pond is so cool and calm, and you throw a stone, it starts you stop there. So can you kindly complete that sentence?
Yeah, that example was so if it's you are near a still water like a lake or pond, and the water is still, and it's very, you can see it's crystal clear. You don't see the dust, muddy dust or anything. But if you throw a stone in that water, you disturb the still water, and all of a sudden there are ripples and there's mud rising up and mixing in water, and that purity is lost. So there is the comparison. This is how the state of the mind is. In our daily activities, we are doing so many activities, and that is why um, we are doing so many material activities. When we sit for performing some spiritual activity, this Krishna consciousness or chanting or anything, our mind goes into the other direction because of this duality of material and spiritual. But slowly, by engaging the mind in Krishna consciousness, there is no other way. We have to practice this, and slowly engaging it in Krishna consciousness by telling the mind, because we need to understand it is running away from one thought to another, um, and we need to bring it back by actually telling, not now or not this. I'm right now. I'm doing this spiritual activity. Literally, we have to do something like that. So that muddy thing was like, you are doing this one spiritual activity and other material thoughts come in between.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
I think Prabhuji's network again, it is got freezed.
Can you hear me now?
Now it is fine, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So, Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
I hope I
Krishna.
was clear. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Oh, Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, धन्यवाद।
Anybody
Dandavat
have
Pranam,
any
everyone.
other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat pranam to everybody.
Dandavat Pranam, everyone. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Amarendra
Krishna
Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Dandavat pranam.
Jai to
So
you
we'll
all.
move to the next part of the program. We'll sing the Damodar Ashtakam and show the candle to Lord, and please try to show your altars. So who will be singing Damodar Ashtakam today? I will also
Prabhuji,
share
should I?
the screen.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mati, can you please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Shall I start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Namami Ishwaram Satchidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodhabhiyo Lokaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutagopya रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रं युग्मं ऋजन्तं कराम्बोजयुग्मेन शाटङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रीरेकककण्ठ तिथग्रैव दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यपयन्तम् तधीयेषिताग्नेषु भक्तर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेम तत्तं शातावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वदिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरेषदपीह इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालभालं सदा मे मनस्याविरसं किमन्यै इदं ते मुकाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलैर्हृतं कुन्तलैः स्निग्धरक्तश्च गोप्या मुहुश्वासबिम्बरतधरं मे मनस्याविरस्तम् अलं लक्षलभ्यै नमो देवदामोदर विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवीक्षन्ते दीनं बतानो ग्रहाणेषु मामग्नम् इति अक्षिदृश्या कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्तैव यद्वत् त्वयामोचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरद्दीप्तिधाम्ने यत विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वद्धिया प्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले ब्राजमनम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for giving this opportunity. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Swati Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Madhumalti Mataji, for showing your altar. Thank you, Siddhi Mataji. It was very nice darshan of your altar. Thank you so much. So thank you, Prabhujis and Matajis. Thank you for joining. So tomorrow, who will be doing the Damodaran Ashtakam? Anybody want to take the initiative?
Prabhuji,
Meanwhile,
if
we
no
see
one,
the Siddhi
tomorrow I
Mataji.
will do Prabhuji. If no one
Hare
will,
Krishna Mataji. Swati Mataji will take?
yes Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji, sure. Thank you.
Thank you Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So thank you, Prabhujis and Matajis. Thank you for joining and giving your association. We'll join tomorrow again. So please don't miss. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Kalyani
Thank you all
Mataji. Thank you,
devotees.
Amarendra Prabhu. Chetan Prabhu, thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna,
Indra
Prabhuji, thank
Mataji,
you.
thank you. Komala Mataji, Hare Krishna, thank you. Madhumalti Mataji, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Siddhi Mataji, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Thank you.
Ruhi Mataji, Hare Krishna, thank you very much for joining. So, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to everybody. We'll join tomorrow again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.